All right, so Kareen, we just sold your house. You just moved to where, Virginia Beach?
Yes.
If you would please give me a little insight on how it was working with me selling your home, just the pros, the cons, everything in between.
Well, I have to say, honestly, I haven't sold a lot of houses, but this was the best experience I've ever had in selling a house.
Well, that makes me
Um,
feel good.
Lucky for me, I was referred to Chris and he responded promptly and came over and looked at the house and said what needed to be done and gave us basically a very short punch list which
I,
was great news.
you were definitely surprised at that, and I think there was one or two things that you had mentioned that I didn't even notice because it really just didn't didn't catch my eye.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest deal was
The
the
sliding
door,
glass door.
the
Yes.
sliding glass door.
Yep.
But everything was resolved promptly as far as getting everything fixed. And the next thing I knew, there was a gentleman out front putting the for sale sign up. And then I started getting bombarded with over a dozen requests for tours and such. So
Hmm.
lockbox was put on timely. Um, the most amazing thing is that the sign went up and the house sold in a day. And it sold for a lot more than what was expected.
Hmm.
So I consider myself very fortunate. And honestly, Chris made the experience so painless that I'm not looking to sell another house right now. But if I
Understandable.
was, he would be my guy.
Well, I
So
appreciate that.
yeah, I mean, selling a house and trying to find a good buyer and, the length of time involved and traipsing people through the house is, kind of bothersome, but
Yeah, and
this
unfortunately, it's
was,
part of the process.
yeah, but
But luckily, we got
this
that part of
was,
the process done pretty quick, didn't we?
yeah, I mean, there was no issue with, any type of problems with bugs or what was the other thing that you had tested?
Well, you also the radon. You also made my job extremely easy because your home was beyond gorgeous, and I think I could eat off the floors in that thing. So I definitely cannot take all of the credit. You took extremely well care of that house. So
Yeah, I mean, I was
um,
in that house for what did I say, 20 plus, it was over 20 plus years.
yeah, I say you
Since
were
my
original owner in
child.
that thing. So
Yeah, I'm the original. I was the original owner. So that was my home. That's where I pretty much raised my kids. And
yeah.
that's about the size of it. But if I ever needed to sell another house, Chris would be my guy. I mean, there's just no two ways about it.
Yeah, getting that contract in the first 24 hours was it was mind blowing. I honestly I felt like we were back in 2020 or 2021. Uh, because I mean those offers do obviously still exist, but there's the good offers, there's the great offers, and then there's the whoa offers. And that was the whoa offer. And they were ready to roll. So needless
And
to
they
say,
were easy. I mean, for the most part, they were easy. There was nothing, there were a lot of things that I conveyed with the house because I really didn't have any use for them anymore.
right.
So that was part of the package. And things that I left in the house, I asked when they were touring if they were interested in keeping it. Otherwise, it was going to go to Goodwill. And they went, no, no, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
So, it really did work out well for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was painless. The closing was painless, you
I think
know.
the hardest part was getting the name of your trust properly documented on paper. I think we went, what, 6 rounds on that stern thing,
Yeah.
between the title company and the lender. And finally, I just kind of stepped in and was like, "Hey, title company, you're the one that like looked up the legal name on all of this stuff. So why don't you tell us what it has to say? Because we're getting 4 different opinions on everything." So thankfully, we got that issue put to bed. But that I think overall, that was probably the most pain in the neck part of the whole darn thing was getting the name of the trust properly documented on there.
Yeah,
Um,
and that trust was created not long after I purchased the house.
Hmm.
And of course, it makes it difficult because anytime you have a good Bethesda lawyer, they're going to make it as
Oh, as complex as possible, of
bulletproof
course.
as possible.
Absolutely. That's what they're there for.
They sure do.
That is what they're there for. Well, fantastic. Well, Karine, I really appreciate your time today and enjoy Virginia Beach, enjoy retirement, and definitely enjoy those grandbabies.
I will. Thank you. And come visit at the beach.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I told you I have family down there, so the next trip we make, I will definitely give you a call. And worst case scenario, we can go have lunch or something.
Sounds terrific. I will look forward to it. Keep in touch
Of
because I do
course.
have a house here, so you're gonna have to get a Virginia license just in case.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Well, thank you again.
Thank you, Chris, for everything. I really appreciate it. You were so terrific to work with.